What?
That's cool. I don't want that.
What is up, window lickers? What is up in your household? How are you doing? If you're a Chaos Goblin, you know exactly where you need to be. It's right here where we're going to talk Monday Night Raw. I don't do that alone. I do that with one of the best in your house contributors that we have out there. You're about to see a little more of him. He is Kevin Kalloway. He is our Chaos Goblin, and we are sure as hell glad he's here. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing pretty well, picking up new games, putting down new games. I picked up Fallout, watched the first 2 episodes so far. It's really good.
You like it?
The longer episodes are tough for me, only because just they're long, and my ADHD ass gets distracted.
Yeah.
So
understandable.
So like 30-minute episodes are the ones that I got used to and watching anime and everything. So the hour and 30 long episodes for some of them are real long. But man, it's been really good so far. So I'm excited to talk more turkey with you as I get deeper.
Beautiful. I love it. And those episodes will start cutting down. They're not all that long. Yeah. But they're actually, speaking of Fallout tonight, fans, if you have been following the second season, if you've been fallouting the second season, tonight is the last episode. And it is a special tonight to where they are putting it a day ahead of time. So you can catch that tonight, I believe, either at 6 or 9 p.m.
I think it's at 6. I think I saw a thing about it.
I think so too. Yeah, 6. They did. They've been doing a big thing, and also the bleep on the Pip-Boy map is the hours are counting down. It is getting ready to be revealed what the hell they put on that map. So if you're a Fallout nerd, as you could tell I am, there's a lot of fun things out there. And if you really, really love what we do here, why don't you, go out there, get me that Jones soda crate, and me and Kevin will split them, and we will talk about Fallout, and then we'll collect our caps and be okay in the apocalypse.
Boy, that'd be nice.
Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? All right, Kevin. Before we dive into what we always come here for, the Monday Night Raw review show on a Tuesday. How was your week? How have you been doing? We got some new in your house news coming up. So let's kick it off with you, Kevin. How you been doing this week?
I've been good. Birthday week last week.
Happy birthday, Kevin.
We had we had a house sub in for us last week.
We did.
He did a great solo shot on that. But man, birthday weekend went well. I got tickets to Annie surprised me with tickets to a concert that I was looking at.
Ooh.
I don't know if you've heard of this band. They got kind of Instagram famous, and I followed some of their songs. They're called On Company Time.
No, I have not.
They are a comedy band.
Oh.
And they're touring with a couple other comedy bands. And I saw the tickets a while ago, and I guess she just stored it in her memory. So when she wrote like the card to give to me for my birthday, she gave me $30 for a PlayStation card, which I earned.
Beautiful.
And it was a gift. I earned it because I beat 2 games in time. She essentially challenged me to do it, and then she would buy me one of the games that are coming out in February.
Oh.
So I beat Ghost of Yotai and I beat Chronos: The New Dawn. Both fantastic games. Ghost of Yotai was a fucking journey.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I heard a lot of people playing that.
It was so good. It's a tale of revenge, but as you go through, you realize that the revenge is overtaking you too much.
Ooh.
And like your character kind of wrestles with that and comes to some realizations, which I thought were really cool.
I like
It also has some sick duels, and it was a very difficult game. I played on hard mode my first playthrough because I'm a sadist.
enjoyable.
And just going through that was magnificent. So I won that challenge, got that, but on the back of the card was a picture of the On Company Time touring poster.
Oh yeah.
So she said, "Hey, flip over the card." And I flipped it over, and she's like, "We're going." Oh shit!
Awesome. That's awesome.
And then she got me my favorite bottle of whiskey too. It's Dragon's Milk Origin.
Oh, okay.
So it's it's a oak aged and whiskey barrel aged, or no, sorry, beer barrel aged for a long time. It's out in New Holland Brewery out in Holland, Michigan.
Oh, okay. Beautiful.
Fantastic whiskey.
Well, I remember our first actual get together live. You talked about that.
Yeah.
That specific whiskey.
Yeah. I love that whiskey.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good weekend. I also had Divine over the weekend. I agented out there and helped produce some of those matches. Show went super well. Had a huge draw because we run out of a small club in Ann Arbor, and it was packed to the gills. Like, I could barely move around. There were people in front of me. I was doing notes for matches, and I had to look around people. Yeah. So that's a good problem to have.
That's a great problem to have.
And we're coming back in June for that. June 20th. I want to say June 20th. Yeah, June 20th.
That's awesome. So, that is awesome. We got OG Tony.
What up, OG Tony?
Chiming in saying, "Hey guys, what's up, OG? Thanks for dropping in." Yeah, Kevin, it sounds like you had a fantastic birthday.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. It really was. Filled with wrestling, talking to friends, things like that, getting excited about one of the biggest events of the year, and then
you love me a Royal Rumble.
I do too. Taking care of a daughter. She severely sprained her ankle at weightlifting.
Ooh.
So she's been dealing with that. So we've been trying to get her mobile again, which they're not sure if there's a fracture, because if there is, it's right on the end of the growth plate. So the doctor's like, I'm not sure if that's just the end of the growth plate or a hairline fracture.
Ugh.
Yeah. And so she can put her weight on it. So I don't think that it's to that point.
Probably not.
And when we get her in the boot, she can comfortably walk around. So I don't think it's at that point, because the year before, her oldest sister, she actually did break her ankle at school. Yeah. And so had to go and get pins put in there and everything. So we kind of have a gauge meter somewhat in the household on ankles. But outside of that, In Your House has been moving rapidly. Fans, if you didn't see, we are officially monetized over there on the old Book of Faces. A fun little thing is you can always help us out by only doing things with your thumbs. What I mean by that is you like it and share it. If you do those simple things, you help us out the most. I mean, that really puts us up into another category, to where people who don't see us get to see us. And we get to develop bigger fan bases and more people for you guys to throw opinions at in the comments. So that's always fun. I enjoy that. You enjoy that. Kevin enjoys it.
Love it.
So what else do we enjoy? Oh, it's something called Monday Night Raw, and let's talk about it, Kevin. I want to start out, and I think you'll even agree with this. The opening, Braun Breaker.
I loved it.
It was fantastic.
Because we're not just starting with a soliloquy, because that's what became the meme of WWE for a long time, is we're just going to start with a soliloquy. And it wasn't that. It was chaos. We started with chaos. We didn't just start with two people getting a little frustrated with each other. Oh, I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna get you in the main event. Oh, I got you. No. We had Braun Breaker come out, almost destroy. I think he did destroy an announce table.
Yeah.
And just get so angry. And why wouldn't he, based on what happened at the Rumble?
Yeah.
There's no reason for him to sit in the back and do a pre-tape vignette. Why wouldn't he run out and try and ruin Raw?
And why wouldn't they capitalize off that emotion? I mean,
Exactly.
it's pure. It's exactly what we want as wrestling fans.
And it's also within Braun Breaker's realm of like character design. You know, I know that's a dirty word to some workers out there, is the character of it, but
get over it.
I don't know a better way to put persona, however you want to put it. There are synonyms. But he's out there and he's already he's the personification of a chaotic superstar and a guy who has his emotions on his sleeves. So why is he going to sit in the back? Why is he going to sit there and wait for things to happen when he can go out there and have his way with the things? So
I agree.
I actually disagree that it's a ripoff of Big Papa
Pump. I was waiting to get to this guy.
So okay. The promos can sometimes feel very Big Papa Pump. So I'll give you the promos. However, I would say if you're going to say it's a ripoff, it's a ripoff of a mix of the Steiner brothers, because the promos are more Scott Steiner, but the actions are far more Rick Steiner.
Yeah. So
if we're going to go down that route, I feel it's inspired by both, which is not shocking based on who his dad and uncle are. I wouldn't expect it to be anything. I would consider it far more as an homage based on that, as opposed to someone who wasn't related to the family looking at Scott Steiner and going, I'm going to be Scott Steiner. Because I would think more of a ripoff of Scott Steiner would have been like Petey Williams when he was his underling. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying Petey Williams is bad or anything like that. I love Petey Williams. I think he's one of the best workers that came out of that generation. But when you look at it, it was literally just, we're just going to dress up Petey Williams like Scott Steiner and call it good.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like Scott Steiner went to Toys R Us and found an action figure of himself and carried it around.
Yeah. So I think Braun is far more of an amalgamation of the two. So he combines both. As opposed to it rips off one or the other. He's very inspired by Scott in the promos for sure. I see it all the time.
Yeah, even cadence and things like that. Mm-hmm. He does steal from Scott. So Fighting's one. We will give you half a point on that one.
A point on that,
and hopefully you'll give us the other half a point, because I feel that Kevin made some pretty good insight on that one, because I feel the same. I mean, yes, do I see some of the Scott Steiner in the promos and things like that? Definitely. I mean, shit, he even blatantly ripped off the math thing. Like, he's done it before.
Yeah, he's done.
So in that point, those regards, yes, 100%. But yeah, the match style and things like that, when he's not on mic, he's not working out his biceps with whatever contraption.
I don't feel he personifies Scott in the ring in the slightest.
No.
Maybe like older Scott, maybe, but not Big Papa Pump Scott.
It would be Neon Scott.
Yeah, it would have to be Neon Scott that's closer. But even then, Braun Breaker is such a freak athlete that I feel he's closer to Rick Steiner with how his motions are. But he's far more of an athlete than Rick and Scott were in the end.
I will say this, though, and this is where I'm going to lean more towards you, Fightins. If we're talking Scott Steiner new over there in New Japan Pro, I could argue a fact, because he was way more athletic over there. He was way more risk taking, and he did some huge impactful moves over there.
That's fair.
But Rick was also there with him. I mean, they wanted the Steiner brothers. They just didn't want the singles.
Yeah.
So this could be an interesting debate. I
think you could have a lot of good debates actually for future episodes, future videos, future anything. Who on the roster is inspired by other people? Because you can usually tell in work who is inspiring who. Like Cody Rhodes is clearly inspired by Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
And he's inspired by, like, his brother Dustin. Sure, that's within the family. But I would also look at Cody Rhodes' work, the way that he moves around the ring and the way he doesn't waste a step. It's very clear that he trained under Orton, because Orton has the same basic thing. So
True.
this is a deep dive into anybody who's in this business.
I would even say Cody.
Everybody has somebody they're emulating to some extent.
Very true. And who do you see? That's what I would love to find out. Which one of you fans see what you see in that wrestler and who they're taking from? Because I even think there's a little bit of Cody taking from Sting with the way he interacts with the crowd and in between moves and things like that.
I think specifically Surfer Sting too.
Yeah. It's very like face. It's Surfer Sting is the most face you can be as a character.
I think he's the most white meat baby face you can be without being named Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I like to focus on Hogan's NWO career. Those were my favorite years. Those, that
makes sense.
Sprayed on beard was beautiful. I loved it. All right, Kevin. So opening, we just had chaos like we talked about.
And it's different. It's different. It's not just AEW likes to open with matches, and I respect that. And WWE likes to open with promos, and I respect that. But if you do either of those too much and not change it, I think you're hurting the variance in what you can do with an open.
Yeah, no, that makes
you got to switch it up.
Sense. But let me ask you this, based off of what we just talked about with the opening, do you feel that this is the most impactful way to ignite LA Knight back into the roster? And if it's not, what other option is there actually with LA Knight?
I remain so worried again that LA Knight is going to get lost in the shuffle come Mania.
Yeah.
And he continues to be over, and I'm not sure exactly what is stopping the momentum or what, powers that be or who doesn't see something in him backstage or whatever the case may be. And it's everyone's opinion as to what's happening with it. LA Knight's not exactly a spring chicken. He's a little older.
No.
So they might not see that either.
Braun even brought that up. If you go back and you listen to it, he was like, wait, you're going to bring your 40-year-old ass down?
Yeah. Here? So I think this was the best way to reassert LA Knight as a star and someone who is smart. He is a smart babyface. He is a calculating babyface in the sense of he's not just going to appear on stage where there's 4 people in the ring, look like an idiot and jump into him. Because I've seen that babyface.
Oh, yeah.
And it's makes him look dumb.
Yeah.
It makes him look courageous, but it makes him look dumb at the same time. Whereas LA Knight, he waits for the opportunity, then he goes. He waits for the opportunity, then he goes. Boom, hit and run, boom, hit and run. I like that for LA Knight in the sense that he's trying to chop down the redwood of a group that is the Vision. He can't just jump up to the top of it. He's got to cut at the limbs first.
Yeah.
So I think this is the best way to bring him back, especially because if we're going into Mania season, could I see an LA Knight versus a Bronson Reed maybe on an undercard? Sure. Because then you can put Logan Paul and Austin Theory in some kind of tag.
That would be good.
You could make a not a 3-man tag. Oh, that doesn't work. A 6-man tag. There's the numbers.
That'd be a little different.
It'd be a little different.
Yeah.
But you could do a 6-man tag with LA Knight, maybe 2 friends that are a tag team, and then the Vision. And I think you can fit that into an undercard, make it a nice, 10, 12-minute match, bell to bell. Good to go.
Would that be where you could interject the Usos?
I feel the Usos are going to get interjected into Reigns and Punk. I don't think we're going to get a tag title match at Mania for them this year. And they might not even walk into Mania as tag champs.
I'm kind of hoping they don't.
I think they're going to get inserted into the family feud of Punk and Roman.
We're still on 2 nights though of Mania. So
we are, but the way that WWE books cards now, and Mania is slightly different, so this might not be exactly the case. The way that WWE is booking cards these days when it comes to PLEs is 4 matches. We get 4 matches of PLE, which is kind of obscene to me in the sense that I know it's a 3-hour event for 4 matches. And man, maybe I'm in the minority on this. I don't need my matches all on PLE to be 30 minutes long.
No.
And I think more of them would do better to be shorter because they don't need the length. So instead, we get a bunch more commercials. And like, sell your product, make your money, I guess, but we're not getting as many matches on all of these PLEs. So I don't honestly know how many matches we're going to get at Mania. How many did we get last year? Like 12 between 2 nights?
I believe it was around that number.
So I guess I ask, where does everyone fit in if we're trying to get all championships defended? Because I don't think we will.
Yeah. I mean, that's a valid statement on there. Maybe whatever Raw doesn't put up on Mania, they'll do on the Mania after Raw.
Yeah.
And
or the Mania or the Raw before Mania too.
That's true. Or vice versa for SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we'll get. Yeah, because
that's what we got last year with the tag titles for SmackDown.
Too. Which I think the tag titles need to be on Mania. I think that big match they had proved that specific group will go the limits at a Mania and can draw. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was the biggest match called for that Mania.
I just don't know where they're going to go with a lot of the tag division by then too.
That's true.
But we have a lot of months to build that. So I'm not saying that we can't get there, but I do think I agree with you. We need a tag title defense at Mania, whether that be SmackDown or Raw. I don't have a preference as to which, but I think we need more tag matches in general on Mania because I don't think we had that many last year. We had a lot of singles.
Well, that is true. That is true. And if we're going to stay on tag matches, I think Oba's Femi's just ready to take on tag teams.
Yeah.
Like
I think he's just going to get Brock Lesnar treatments.
Yeah. Hey guys, this singles competition is cool and all, but can you pick it up a little bit? And I've thought, you know what? The War Raiders are going to give him at least some type of offense. Absolutely not. Absolutely. They said, hey, War Raiders, remember how like we used to do like vignettes of like how destructive you two are and like how you guys are brutal? Well, guess what? You're about to get eaten. And that is exactly what happened. But I will say this, Kevin, because we talked about it when it happened in the chat.
Talked in the chat.
And you explained it to me. The reaction Oba got is you couldn't have paid people to act better. Mm-hmm. It was beautiful. Like the fact that he is so over with barely even doing anything besides a workout routine is amazing to me. First question for you.
Yep.
How quickly do you think they're going to slap a title on this dude?
No. I don't think it'll be until after Mania.
Do you think after Mania?
After Mania.
You don't think he's going to pull because he still hasn't signed on either show.
That's why I think not until after Mania, because they're going to run that out a little bit longer.
Do you think that there's a chance this SmackDown he answers the open challenge?
If he does, goodbye Carmelo.
Okay. So
I don't think they'll go that route, only because I think they're loving how they can do the open challenges.
Okay.
And I think if you have Oba in the position of the US champ, I think the open challenges end. Not because you can't have someone challenge Oba and him do that. I just don't think it's necessarily within his character to just allow anyone to face him. He's a ruler, so people need to step up to him rather than anyone.
I see where you're going with that.
You see where I mean?
Yeah, no.
So I think if they do that route, then obviously Oba's going to go over for that title. I think it's more likely that Oba might kill Dom because Dom can lose the Intercontinental title and be okay because then he can just move on up to the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah. Now, okay, so side question. If that were to happen specifically, how quick do you think that we would be looking at Dom holding a world title?
Again, not that soon. Just the way that WWE does their things. I think he'll be in the main title picture. I think he'll have a title shot within 2 months, maybe 3.
Okay.
But I think we're not going to see him with a world title maybe until next year, if I had to put a time on it. And I think it'll be summer of next year for him to try it out as a smaller title run.
If I see him getting the title, I kind of want the chapter with Liv and all of them to be closed so we can kind of just focus on because I want that moment where in a match he's for a world title. I want that moment where they're not sure if they're going to give it to him and it looks like he might win, and I want to see the crowd reaction.
Yep.
I want to see someone reach over to their friend and be like, "Oh my God, they're going to do it." It's going to give me Eddie vibes. It's going to it's going to be a moment. So I'm looking forward to that.
And I think Dom is going to end up going face before he gets a title.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be more of an Eddie Guerrero style face where he still cheats, but gets cheered.
Yeah. Yeah. I can agree with you on that one. You've actually talked me into that because I've been promoting. I wanted Dom to be heel and be a title holder, but I think you're gonna at that time, if we're gonna give it a year and a half out, I think face is gonna be the best position for him.
And I think you turn Balor heel out of the Judgment Day, or you keep Balor heel rather. You keep Balor heel.
I think he's gonna get more heel.
I think he is going to go more heel, and we just need the right people to make him a heel.
Yeah.
And I think Dom is beloved enough that if Finn turns on Dom, you can kind of do a double where Finn goes more heel and Dom becomes the face over time.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that would be a great jumping off point for Dom.
And I wouldn't hate Finn winning the Intercontinental title that way, just to give him something. And then Dom can come back and either take it back or, go up better things.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. I mean, I wouldn't even mind seeing a 3-way between them and Oba.
Yeah.
Because then they would have to find some way in that match to work a little bit against Oba.
And then Oba just kills both of them.
Exactly. But they would make it look so amazing with the way they both sell. I think that would be a great match.
By the way, before we go off Oba, I got to put this over.
Let's do it.
I'm looking this in the camera. Ivar, the big boy, you got up so high for that goddamn choke slam. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. Dude.
You made Oba look like $1 million.
Dude, that pop-up power bomb was gnarly too.
That was Eric, was it? Yeah, Eric got it. Yeah.
Eric.
He did that too. Yep.
Man, both of those moves, even though it was a squash, the way those guys sold and the way that they amped up Oba,
bro, they did their job so well.
Dude, he looks like he could just walk in and people just hand titles over to him.
Yep.
Like I love that for him. All right, Kevin. So this is where we get into what do you want to talk about? What were you looking at from this past Raw, Kevin?
So do you want me to start with the good or the bad? Maybe we start with the bad first.
Let's hear it.
I like ending on a good note.
Yeah, that's way better.
I'm going to talk about the women's title match. So the women's title match, to me, looking at it as a person who agents books and tries to get the most out of the stuff in matches, I think the formatting of that match was off for me. I think the women in the match did a lot of cool stuff. They did a lot of cool spots. But the way that a few of them were placed and doing 2 table spots in one match, to me, it threw me off. And the reason I say that is because they did a table spot almost at the beginning. They did it for the first commercial spot, I believe, the first commercial break, where I think Raquel put Vaquer through a table, I think a power bomb, which realistically is close to her finish, by the way.
Yeah.
And that was on the outside. And then she just stood there and we went to break. Okay. Hopefully we don't use a table later.
Yeah.
Boy, guess what we used for the finish?
Table?
A table.
Oh.
That's where the problem is, though.
Yeah.
if you're going to use a table in the match, I would say the announce table at least is more forgivable to me.
Okay.
In the
I
sense
can agree
that
with you on that one.
in the sense that it feels different. So you can get away with it psychologically with people. If you put someone through the announce table, it's a little different in people's heads than putting someone through a straight table that's up, right? Because in our heads, we break the announce table all the time. It just falls apart, whatever. It doesn't feel as impactful. But the tables that are stood up do feel more impactful. And we see those, like someone goes through a table, that's the finish. How many times have you seen a table in a match, Voice, where it's not the finish?
Rare. And it was usually the Dudleys because they wanted to put multiple people through tables.
And that was just because they put someone through a table and they put another person through a table. There was no pinfall. They're just like, we just need more tables, bro.
We need more tables.
We just need more tables, bro. Again, like there were so many. I loved the Devil's Kiss spot on the stairs. I think that went off well. The Devil's Kiss spot on the chair was a little wonky only because you got to try and keep people safe, and it's kind of weird in that way.
Yeah. I
like the innovation that the women thought. They thought outside of the box, but the finish to me is where it went wrong. And I'm going to lay this out. I'm going to say the original finish, and I'm going to tell you what I would have done. In I guess fantasy hindsight land, because this is not judgment. I've missed these things. Sometimes you don't think how it's going to turn out until it turns out. Yeah. So
we're
disclaimer on the table. Disclaimer on the table. So how the finish played out to me as I observed, we had Raquel not on top, but Vicaire on top, right? Raquel got a lucky counter, essentially. Put her down, boom. She was setting up for the finish, and Liv comes out, offers her the title belt. Raquel takes the title belt from Liv, turns around, and Vicaire just essentially elbows her. Like, just throws her to the buckle. Let's be done with her. Then hits Liv. Liv's selling a forearm for the next 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah. This is devastating.
That comes up later for me. Vicaire then super kicks Raquel a couple times. She falls onto the table, right? Vicaire goes up. We're thinking corkscrew moonsault. That makes sense. Roxanne comes out, stops her for a second, just enough for Raquel to get off the table. Roxanne gets taken care of. Again, I think it was just like a kickoff.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Raquel then, keep in mind, her powerbomb is, go one arm through the, like high crotch powerbomb, essentially.
Yeah.
She instead decides to get up to the middle rope and try a gut wrench powerbomb instead, which doesn't work.
No.
She then gets hurricanranaed off the top, doesn't go all the way through the table, which, table whatever, placement, I don't care about what people think of botch, like that shit just happens.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't go through the table, so the table had to get gotten out of the way. Pulled him over, corkscrew moonsault, 1, 2, 3. After the match, Liv then attacks Vicaire with the Oblivion.
Yeah.
And then holds up her title as if to say, hey, I'm coming after you. Or I could be coming after you, right?
Yeah.
Here are the problems I had with that finish. 1, Judgment Day at no point costed Raquel. Their involvement didn't cost Raquel. And the reason I say it that way is because it didn't happen right after. Like the finish didn't happen right after Liv came out or Roxanne came out. It happened when Raquel had all the chance in the world to finish this match in between both times. And she didn't.
Yeah.
Instead, she got countered, which is a whole nother thing. Now the Judgment Day hasn't cost her shit because it took too long. We did too many things. We tried to get in too many things.
Yeah.
Because we try and get more things. Now Vicaire just beat her clean. There was no interference. There was no whatever. And Vicaire looks like a world beater because she just took out 3 Judgment Day members. And I agree with House. Raquel at this point simply did not get the job done. That's it.
Oh. And
this wasn't a moment where Raquel looked at Liv and said, hey, I told you to stay in the back, and then got cost, which I'll give you my finish here in a second with something like that. like, that's a problem to me now, because I think they're going to come back and they're going to say, and then Raquel's going to get into Liv and Roxanne's face, and she's going to say, hey, I told you not to come out here, which was the angle they were setting up. But now that doesn't make sense, because she could have won and this not be an issue. The second issue I had with this, we'll stay in the match, not the after. Why did Raquel get up to the top rope? Why middle rope? Your Tejana bomb is right there.
Yeah.
It's literally right there. You pick them up. She's already there. You pick them up. You put them down. Done. That's what I thought the finish was going to be. But she started climbing the rope, and I'm like, oh, my God, where are we going with this? Oh, we're going for a gut wrench. Oh, okay, she's going to go over with the gut wrench. All right, whatever. Live your dreams. And then she didn't go over. Now she looks like a fool for climbing the middle rope.
Yeah.
Because she could have just picked her up and put her down. This finish really killed Raquel for me, which sucks, because she has so much momentum and she's so good.
She has so much momentum coming.
And now it doesn't feel like she does.
No.
To me, at least. Maybe I'm overanalyzing. Maybe people won't care as much, but it's worth mentioning. Last part that I didn't like is at the end, Liv Morgan stood tall with the title belt, right? As if to say, hey, I'm going to challenge you. She was just selling a forearm for 2 minutes from Vicaire, and all of them just got beat for Raquel to get beat. I don't feel Liv as a threat.
I mean, you're not speaking lies. I'll tell you that.
At what point did Liv feel like a threat during all of this? Just because she snuck up and hit her? Like, oh, she feels like an opportunist.
Yeah.
So if she gets an opportunist, but she's about to face her one-on-one. Like, that's how the match works, right?
Hey, I love where you're at with this, because I feel there's an out for Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
If she calls Liv directly on this. Like, oh, you're going to stand up there and act like you can take on Stephanie when she took you out with a forearm?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you took a dive. Maybe you just laid down and you didn't want me in that position because I could take you out, Liv.
So there's definitely a way around it.
Yeah, but
there's definitely a way around it. Dude, but it's shaky at best is the problem, and there's a lot of explaining you got to do. Lucy's got a lot of explaining to do, which is problematic when you want to keep things simple. And as simple as possible, so that people can digest it instead of just having to follow.
Exactly. No, I'm there with you 100%.
So the finish I would pitch. This is what I would have done. If we're putting Vicaire over.
Let's do it.
If we're putting Vicaire over, we're going to keep Liv coming out. Okay. We're going to have Roxanne come out at the same time.
Okay.
Roxanne runs distraction on Vicaire for a second. Vicaire knocks off Roxanne here while Liv is giving her the title belt. Except Raquel goes, I don't really want this title belt. What are you doing here? And Liv goes, take it. You can win with this. Then Raquel, reluctantly, takes the belt. As she turns around, Vicaire is ready for her. Super kicks the belt into her face, gets rid of Liv Morgan. Corkscrew moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Simple. Now who has cost Raquel?
Well, Liv.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. But here's the thing. And I know fans, I've alluded to this interview before. The discussion I had with Raven throughout your whole thing that you just said there, they never explained why. Why is Liv? I mean, we obviously know why Liv's out there, but why is Liv getting taken out by a forearm? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? Why is Raquel not getting over? None of that is explained in what they were supposed to be doing. What they were supposed to be doing is exactly what we've seen in the chat. Like OG Tony, it wasn't a bad match, but it was kind of clunky.
Mm-hmm.
And it was clunky because we just listened to you go through all of these things, and there was so many extra put on it that you've overcrowded the plate and nothing tastes good on the plate now. When in fact, the simple diet that you guys were working with was perfect. It was easily digestible, the way you just laid it out of how you would have done it. Now, to me, when a wrestler goes under the ring to get a table, to pull the table out, to put the table up, that's letting me know that wrestler has had to do work to get that moment set up. And there's been a lot of my favorite matches where they'll set up a table at the beginning and then forget about it for the next 15 minutes and then go back to it. That's not what happened here. Like you said, there was the table on the outside, and then we had the table on the inside, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. And then there was the
we might have used the announce table and the stairs too. We used the stairs.
Okay.
I don't remember if we used the announce table, but if we did use the announce table, it somehow becomes more egregious.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it really does, because neither one of these are hardcore legends. So when they have a street fight, when they have a match with that type of stipulation in which they can use anything they want, the simpler it is. If you're not that style of a fighter, of a wrestler, the simpler you do it, the better the match is, because that's when we're getting to see the first bits of you using that in your arsenal. Now, when you come out the gun and you act like New Jack and you think you can use why didn't they just come out with a shopping cart full of stuff that they've wanted to use throughout the years? So I think maybe there was a lot of missteps, but I also think there was a lot of excitement based around this match.
Yes.
And I think maybe that, as the first time I ever sat down and ate sushi at a Japanese bar, I ordered so much and couldn't finish it all.
That's and
the Japanese chef looked at me and he goes, "Eyes bigger than stomach." And I was like, "Yeah, man." And I took that with me. And I think in this one, their eyes was bigger than the stomach of the fans. And that happens. I'm looking to see what they move forward with all of these women.
I am too. I think it was also, you bring up eyes bigger than your stomach. I think that was also the case when the match was called. When we were talking in the back, when we were figuring out what we're doing next, sometimes I see this on the indie level a lot, not so much on the contract level. I see it a little bit more in AEW. But you see guys call a bunch of stuff. They have 10-minute matches, right? You have 10 minutes for your match, bell to bell, let's say. Bell rings, boom, you have 10 minutes. They call a whole bunch of stuff, and they could have done it in 10 minutes, and it would have been way more exciting.
Yeah.
But instead, they tried to get in everything everywhere all at once and go 14. And it's like, but you had us at 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've seen that happen with AEW sometimes, where someone will hit the nastiest looking finish, and it's like, yes, what a finish. And then they kick out. And I go, what?
Yeah.
How are we going to top that, though? and then it's a roll up, and I go, what?
Yeah. I don't think we're eating from the same menu.
I know. Yeah, I don't think we're on the same menu, brother. And not to just dog AEW, because I've seen that happen in indies. I've seen it happen in shit. I've seen it happen in WWE.
Yeah.
It happens everywhere, but it's one of those things that does happen in a match where you get excited because you're about to do this work with someone. So you try and do everything everywhere all at once. Brother, you can't do that.
No. You got to slow down.
It poisons the whole plate.
Yeah. You got to slow down and explain the why. We got the boss himself in here. He's talking to us. He thought it was Raquel's night for sure. I was there with you, man.
I did too.
Especially.
I thought we were going to get Raquel live.
Yeah. I mean, she came out honoring her big sexy Kevin Nash. She was in her whole gear of what represents Kevin Nash for her. I'm not a big Kevin Nash fan, but I kind of see the similarities. I do see that, especially with her being somewhat of a bodyguard for Liv, or at least that's how she started out.
Liv and Sean.
Yeah.
Sorry, Liv to Sean and Raquel Diesel. Yep.
exactly where my mind's at. And you know, and then when Liv was gone, she kind of played that role with Roxanne there for a second, and you know, interesting. I like what she does. Again, this match was not up my alley. I thought I was gonna love it, but the clunkiness, it was not digestible for your average fan. And when you do
I'll say
that,
that I enjoyed the match for the most part, in the sense that I appreciated the innovative spots.
mhm,
But as an overall thing, unfortunately, in wrestling, the finish is the most important,
yeah,
and the finish. Ugh. I asked too many questions, and if you pose me too many questions instead of answers for a finish, it becomes wild.
yeah, we turn into the squirrel seeing a shiny object across the road, and
Basically,
then
yeah.
we're hit. Um, I like what House is asking here. Let's answer this for him. He's saying Raquel has truly come into her own, and I fully buy into this one.
I
I'm
agree.
buying what he's selling here
Hmm.
because I think she has. I mean, we've gone from her being a third string in the Judgment Day on the women's side to now she's one of the main features. Like people
Hmm.
are wondering what's happening with her next.
They're clamoring for her to win a title.
Yeah, and I'm not opposed to it. I want it. I kind of think she's going to bring a new spark to it. She's going to bring that big man, but in the woman's section, big man energy. She's going to bring that to that title, and we haven't really had that. I mean, I know Jade's kind of playing that role, but is she?
She
'Cause
plays it differently, though. So
she really does.
Raquel plays it way more as a Diesel,
Yeah.
where she is just flaunting her size, making sure that she feels like a big worker. Like she feels like a big wrestler. You got to chop her down. And ever since she took that critique from Kevin Nash, her work has been night and day to me, because she's respecting her size a lot more.
Yeah. We got OG Tony saying, I thought a lot of the wrestling in general was clunky last night. Oh,
I don't. You know what? Maybe I'm just overanalyzing. Maybe I'm over putting over the promo segments, because I count that as part of wrestling, not just the matches. And the promo segments were all A-pluses to me.
oh yeah.
Between
Promos were hitting.
between the opening segment of Chaos, between Gunther coming out to AJ Styles music,
Dude, that was priceless.
killing Dragon Lee.
Oh my god, he concussed Dragon Lee on
For the topic that we're going to talk about next, which we'll get to, because this is we need to talk about the next one. And I guess this will move us from the women's. I don't know about the wrestling matches, but boy, we ended on a huge big note for all of Raw, and that was Punk Roman. That was a masterclass of a promo, and I'll say this before you have any questions for me or have any thoughts. This promo sold me on Roman winning the Rumble posthumously. Because at the time when Roman won it, I was wondering, what are we doing here? But now that we have this promo, this match is a WrestleMania main event match.
It is.
And it has only had one promo to cook.
Yeah. Dude. I mean, if you want my honest opinion, so I heard someone say out there that the promo from last night was epic, and it's somebody I usually listen to when it comes to their opinions on wrestling. And so I went and checked it out on my drive home from work, and it made me want to see my tribal chief back at the helm. For him to say, all Punk talking all this stuff, saying all these things about him, blah, blah, blah. And then he's just like, I simply hate you. I hate you.
It's
like
a personal feud. It
oh
just
my
happens to have
God.
a title.
Exactly. Like I was like, holy fuck. I even like slowed down a little bit. Normally I don't look when I'm driving. I just listen. But I looked because I just wanted to see Roman's face. that fucking dude knows how to sell me a product.
Dude, both of those guys do.
They do.
Punk was on his game here too, but Roman just had the answers.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, I felt first off, I know you touched on it, but that Gunther shit, let me tell you something. That popped me. That was like watching Goldberg lose for me. That was amazing. Like we got so many things coming for you fans out there. I cannot wait to show you some of these.
I'm so ready for what they're doing with Gunther. I will not hear the hate for this angle. Yeah. I do not care that you were robbed of AJ Styles' retirement tour. Styles chose his life. Cena chose his life. Goldberg chose his life.
Yep.
They just used it for an angle because that's how wrestling works. You give back, you look at the lights for the end. That's how it works. And all three of these men who were legends, pillars in the business at one time, between Goldberg, Cena, and Styles, all of them have given their career to have this momentum for Gunther.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I think it was important for Dragon Lee to come out here because it shows you not only is he going after legends, if anyone wants to die, Gunther obliges.
Yeah, dude, 100%. And I think he needed that layer to him. I think because you cannot just be the legend killer. You cannot be the killer of legends. You can.
Well, hold on. Don't take away from Orton. We're talking about career killers.
Yes, the career killers.
TM legally distinct.
Very true. Very true.
We might. Though I bet we get an Orton Gunther retirement feud.
That's what I was saying. That's where I'm going. Like I hate to do this, but to think about who he's going to retire in the next few years, Roman is in that plateau. And the jewel that he will have by retiring a man like Roman Reigns, you're never, like, he has taken Piper heel, added it into Heenan heel, throw in some NWO heelness, and he is the ultimate heel. Like, I absolutely love it. I don't mean to derail us from the Roman and CM Punk promo, but like you said, the promos from last night, A++, you get to sit and eat lunch with the teacher because you guys fucking killed it. And this is what I've been wanting out of you guys. I love the matches. I love what you guys do in the ring. Totally love it. But when you're telling me stories like this, like what House said, I wanted to see Roman's face. It made me want to stop what I was doing, in which was driving, to see just how he delivered something like this. Fantastic. I'm going to let you hit this one.
You know what? Let me speak on that real quick, on that matters period too. And I'm going to hit cons after that with Dragon Lee.
Okay.
This I was thinking about, and I was talking with Annie about this. There are so many people who love the Attitude Era. They love the things that they remember about the Attitude Era. But really think about it. This is opposed to you and opposed to the people watching, I guess. How many matches do you love in the Attitude Era? Can you point to a classic match in the Attitude Era?
Oh. I mean,
do you see how you have to think hard about that?
Yeah.
Because the Attitude Era didn't produce great matches. You know what it produced?
Moments.
Yep. And that's what wrestling's about, and that's when it's at its best.
Yeah.
I get it. The fans want to see some cool shit in matches these days, and they want to see that work rate. And I respect that. But at the end of the day, if that work rate costs you moments, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
You need to be able to create moments first. Moments first. And those matches will come, because then you'll get moments out of those matches. And that's where marketability is these days too. But let's hit that next question from Khan. We're talking about Dragon Lee, right?
Yes.
Okay, Dragon Lee, he played his role to a T and looked like he did. Yes, he did look like he did. It looked disturbing. Yep. Yes. And that's what we needed out of Gunther, too. Man, we needed all of this out of Gunther. He has layers. He's cocky and he's dangerous. So the reason that his cockiness works and his, first of all, is because he has the biggest shit-eating grin on the entire roster, and I'll hear no arguments. But second, the reason his cockiness works and continues to work is because he proves to be dangerous. Because if he just walked out there and was cocky and then lost, he'd be the Miz, which Miz has a place. So this is not disparaging the Miz. But the Miz is at where he's at right now for a reason. And Gunther is the indomitable killing machine who ends careers because he's in this position and because they've treated it with such respect and because they've given him so many things. I'm seeing legit heat coming at Gunther because people don't like him for many reasons. Internet fans are coming at him because they're sick of him being there killing the careers and, oh, we needed to have more. Why are we booking it this way? Cool. Yep. Guess what? Now they hate Gunther. Now they have a bunch of the more casual fans who don't necessarily prowl the internet, look for all the dirt sheets and things like that. They have Gunther being hated because he killed the careers.
Yeah.
And you have workers like me who are watching it going, holy fuck. We finally have a heel who people want to stab in a parking lot again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's beautiful work.
Kayfabe's back, baby.
It is. It's back, and it is vengeful, and it is ready to give us moments.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait for the future looks bright to me when it comes to WWE. What they're setting up with the young talent, with the explosion of Oba Femi. I mean, come on. When was the last time we've heard a standing ovation for somebody who has yet to do a traditional match in the main roster yet? He's only been in a gimmick match, and then he came out and destroyed two guys. That's all he's done. And he's so over right now. And then we have Javon Evans. Everybody's getting bouncy. His match was, I loved it. I loved the match. I didn't think that match was clunky. I thought that match was fun, and it was exactly what we needed. So I'm looking so forward to it. I'm looking forward to the videos that are going to be dropping. Kevin, can you give them a quick synapse of what we're cultivating with you and some of these videos coming out?
Yeah. So I've started recording these, and I'm going to try and record them as much as I can as the inspiration flows to me. And you can check this out and follow the IYH network, that In Your House Wrestling podcast, right there on Facebook and anything else. Give it to us, baby. I'm creating a series of top 3 wrestlers or things, depending on what the cast is. Maybe I just recorded one that was the top 3 up-and-comers in AEW. I just recorded one that was the top 3 new faces that we're seeing in WWE. So you might see some all-time lists. You might see some roving lists that are more of like what's coming up here or there based on the time of day, based on the year that we're in, anything like that. And I'd like to continue kind of making it a series and getting it out there and seeing what people's opinions are. I'm trying to keep them as well, because I know this about the people on the internet. They don't like things that are, 10 minutes long.
No,
that's okay.
Don't.
So I'm trying to keep it under a minute for you. I'm getting you a quick synapse, getting you a quick sentence. Then you can be about your merry little day. So stick around for those. And, of course, join the conversation. Tell me your top 3s when we drop. Put them in the comments.
Exactly. And we're going to take some of these, and like we were talking about, we're going to bring them onto the show to start a conversation, to see what you guys are out there, what you think of Kevin's top 3. No matter what the subject is, we're going to put it out there, and we're going to see what engagement it draws.
Well, who knows? Maybe I'll talk wrestling. Maybe I'll talk video games. Maybe I'll talk whiskeys. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know what he's going to do.
He's
but
goblin. Who knows what I'll talk?
Exactly, and that's what we love about him. So we're gonna intertwine those with some of the shows and try to change up a little around here because as you guys seen and heard, we are moving forward. We are getting to that next level, and that's where we wanted to be. That's where we've been working to get to so far. So I think this is going to be a great addition. I'm looking forward to these. And again, like and share these out when they come out. That's how you support us. That's how you get us the most that you can get us by doing the least. So Kevin, before we head out, I think if we have anything left on this Raw, we're gonna have to put a pin in it because I think we could talk a lot of storylines on
there was
this
a
one.
lot of stuff that happened on Raw, but boy, that's why we have next week.
That is exactly why we have next week. Who knows what Raw will be? Maybe they go dark and we don't see anything. They just don't show anything.
Maybe there's nothing, and we have a show just talking about old WCW stuff. No, we've done that before.
Yeah, I mean, it never. You can never defend or guarantee that it's going to be there, but we will be here talking about something. So, fans, I want to give Kevin his moment. Kevin, let him know if you're out there doing anything, if you got any shows coming up, and let the fans know, my friend.
So you can follow me at Kevin Kalloway on Facebook. You can follow me at Kalloway Kevin on Instagram. You can also see me here at the old New Edge Pro Wrestling, defending this nice title. Next week, Friday the 13th. That's right. Someone's going to get Jasoned.
Ooh.
At My Bloody Valentine out here in Hazel Park at the Community Center for New Edge Pro Wrestling. Boy, they keep stepping up and they keep just dying to these challenges. So, I can't imagine this will be any different, but, give them a shot.
Yeah. Give them a shot.
I think at this point, I'm just going to retire with the belt voice.
You should.
I think I'm just going to set a date and say, hey, if you can't beat me by then, I'm just going to hang up my boots.
I love it.
Maybe someone will Gunther me.
Maybe. Hey, and you could tell an amazing story. And I think we would cover it here. Definitely. We would have full coverage here.
Yeah.
I'd even have footage. Yeah, exactly. We'd have backstage footage. We'd have it all. Everybody would be like, where's the footage? We have it. The forever champion. That's what you're being
9
called.
months running.
There we go. I love it. All right, fans. So if you're a fan of In Your House and you've clicked the subscribes, the likes, and you follow us, then you should know tomorrow night we do the big ECW watch along. That's where me and House we watch ECW, and it's a fun time. And tomorrow marks the 7-year anniversary of In Your House. So it's going to be a special one. And I say special because we are inviting the neighbor himself, Mr. Jones. Hypocrisy Jones will be joining us for the ECW watch along. What are we watching? You got to fucking tune in. I keep telling you that. I'm never going to tell you. You got to tune in. You got to see what we're doing. And then you can catch the replays. We'll talk about it there. Outside of that, if you join me for some AEW Dynamite, you're going to run into my friend's house. And OG Tony, you've seen him in the chat. He's out there, gives great insights, gives great opinions. If you liked the styles of Kevin, you're going to like the styles of OG Tony because you learn something every time you talk to these crazy rascals. So that is a 6 p.m. show time. That is the AEW Dynamite recap show. It's a fun time. It's a great time, and you will have a blast. Outside of that, that is the Sunday house party. That's where anybody in the house party or in the house who wants to throw a party, we get together and we throw you a party and we talk about wrestling, and we talk about all things that happened that week in wrestling. It could be this promotion, that promotion, this one, that one. It doesn't matter. It's wrestling, and we're going to talk about it. And last week was a fun one. We had the birthday celebration for House, and we had a lot of discussions going on, and we are now clipping those out, getting those sent out, everybody. So again, like, subscribe, do all the things you can to support us. We are going to be going to the Squared Circle in March. It is a big event. There's going to be a lot of big names that you want to hear us talk to. So you got to keep us in tune. There's rumors of ODB having her food truck out there. And we said, if it's out there, Kevin's going to give some food.
Doing a food review. I'm doing a food review. So if it's there, I'm eating from it.
I fucking love it. I'm getting a shirt. That's Kevin on the front, slogan on the back. I like it.
If it's there, I'm eating from it. That's the slogan on the back.
Exactly. I love it, Kevin. All right, fans. So Tune in next week with us. Same time, same place. Me and Kevin will be talking the same show, but different stuff happened in this one. It's just a continuation. But we love you and we appreciate you guys joining us and making this one of the best podcasts out there. And we will catch you on the next one. Bye.